What got you going in the fourth?
Our defense. We finally got stops. We turned it into transition. Otto set 2 amazing screens for me. Can y'all hear me? This mic seems a long way away. My bad. I shouldn't have disrespected the setup. Y'all are professionals. That's my bad. Otto set 2 good screens to get me free in our half-court offense, but our defense was unreal. I was guarding Okoro in the corner for most of the quarter and trying to be in help position on that, and I was just amazed at our ball pressure and everybody on the string. So, that's why we gave ourselves, an opportunity to come back. And that's why for 36 minutes we never left our impression on the game because, it's a combination of a little lack of energy, focus, but also they were hitting shots, and that was a kind of emotional roller coaster until that last quarter.
I think this is the 35th time you've had at least 20 in the quarter. When you get rolling like that, what does it feel like?
I'm not thinking about anything. It's just a good energy because not only are you feeling good making shots, but you find yourself always in the right position, making the right cut. Somebody's making the right screen. And even if I'm not the one taking the shot, then there's something else, good happening on the back end of the play. So it's nice that the first one went in because we were about to run a play and they had a breakdown. And I turned around, I had a space. And that's one that's like, you're open, so you got to take it, you make it. Then they start to kind of overcompensate a little bit. So you get a couple back cuts, you get a couple overreactions, but you got to make shots, obviously. So again, it was because of the flow. Like we can go shot for shot, and it becomes a lot harder because you're still not getting stops, but we were able to do both, and that's why you have a 36-8 quarter. It's kind of crazy.
In previous years, you couldn't have played the whole fourth because that's just not how.
You said what?
You couldn't have played the whole fourth because that's just not how the sub pattern was. This is a result of your new sub pattern. Are you embracing it more because of situations like tonight?
I mean, yes and no. I'm just trying to be understanding that this is how it is right now. I'm trying to be efficient when I'm out there. And this is the first time I think we've had, let's think about it first. Maybe the Atlanta game. It's like the first time where you have a stretch like that where you aren't ending a quarter. Actually, the end of the third quarter, I was out there and we just didn't have a lot of momentum. But in the beginning of the fourth, coach was like, if you do get it going, we are able to make adjustments and keep you out there. So I just try to obviously understand that that's the rotation for right now and just be locked in on how I can be efficient within those minutes.
Would you say this is a benefit of it though, of this, the way they've reconfigured it where there's going to be force where maybe they can play the whole 12?
For sure, because I still didn't get over that magical 36 number.
So you love that 36.
In the fourth, could you feel them kind of wearing down? I was just noticing, I was chasing you all around there in the fourth and it seemed like he was having a difficult time trying to get through those screens.
Yeah, I know they're on a back-to-back, but it's also a part of how we play. You obviously don't want to be down 13 and have to have a quarter like that to win a game, but that's the way that we play, and obviously we're pretty good at wearing teams down on both ends of the floor where you got to chase, me around, a lot of screens, a lot of ball, body movement on offense, but then our defense obviously wearing on you as well. So that's why I was very I had the best vantage point of, D-Lee, Juan, Otto, Belly getting us going to start, Draymond coming in, finishing off the job. But it was just wild just to watch our ball pressure and just that, turning up of the energy, going from 81 to 68 to a tie ball game in less than 3 minutes. It was pretty crazy.
Is this the only place you still get booed in pregame?
I didn't hear it. Why are you trying to kill my vibe right now?
You should hear it.
No, I didn't hear it. I was in my own world. Maybe you're right.
Well, I'll turn it the other side. What is it like now there's a league, every shoot chance in several different places that aren't Jason.
I mean, I appreciate it. I don't think about it too much, but it is very reminiscent of like 14 through 18, where, you know, we had a lot of support and a big following showing up to road games and all of that. So you want to feed off of that and give them something to cheer about, you know, throughout the game, or else they're just coming out and you got a bunch of warrior mannequins just sitting down, just watching. It's a little, you want to give them something to actually, you know, get excited about, and that's what we did tonight.
What about Juan's night? I mean, he's been out of the rotation for last several games and just seemed like he was an important part of that for him.
Yeah, I told the NBC Bear post game crew, I told him, Coach said something to him at halftime and acknowledged that he has been out the rotation. He should be pissed off, deservedly so, because, you know, that's just a product of giving other guys opportunity, and he should be ready because we didn't have any energy in the first half. And you could tell, like, the first 2 minutes, he was, you know, just his energy was contagious. And then the fourth quarter took off, you know, on both ends of the floor. So it's kind of, again, we talk about it all the time. That's going to be a byproduct of the amount of talent and depth that we do have. There's going to be a couple of guys on the outside looking in occasionally, but if you do take what 2014, 15 looked like throughout that year, like, there were moments that everybody had a huge, you know, part in what we did. And that is the recipe. It's the way that we have to go about it this year, and you have to be ready to play. So credit to him for staying locked in mentally.
Not to look at the bad portion of the game for you guys, but going against Darius, somebody who's, you know, really coming into his own, being his third year, what were your impressions of playing against him? And it looked like he came out with a charge tonight.
I told him it's clear he's gotten better. It's clear he's added to his game. He trusts his shot a lot more. So with his speed and his ball handling, you have to respect both, which opens up a lot more opportunities for him. And he played well. He's been playing well. And I know with Sexton out, he has a lot more opportunity, and he's showing what he's capable of as like the featured guard. Obviously, Rubio's been playing well, but they work off each other really well. So it's impressive. I talked about him last year as a guy that's really impressive just in general, you know, his first couple of years, and he's taking another step in that right direction.
You expect to play tomorrow?
Get an assessment. That charge really messed with me a little bit, so I'm trying to deal with that a little bit. So we'll see how it feels when I wake up.
Fell on the hip hard.
Yeah, I don't got a lot of meat back there.
Two quick zooms real quick, Mark and then Michael. Go ahead, Mark.
Hey, Steph, every year, obviously, you know, MVP is an award you would love to have, but a lot of people are talking about your defense this year. Would making a defensive team be one of your goals this season?
If you want to start that narrative for me, please, by all means. I will happily do my part to try to make you a profit, my man. So go ahead and put that out there. Write the article. Let's go. Let's freaking go.
I got you.
All right, Michael, last one.
Hey, Steph. Steve Kerr seemed to mention that you seem notably stronger this year than previous seasons. I wanted to know, has that been a focus of yours in this last year or so? And then looking back early in your career, what was that process like filling out your frame as a young, kind of skinny kid, so to speak?
I mean, I've always been a late bloomer at every level. So it has been a conscious effort to take advantage of every offseason and understand how teams defend me, and you know, the minutes and the load that you carry. It helps. Just a concerted effort and focus on everything that goes into playing at this level, you know, year after year after year, and that is part of it. So I have an amazing team that helps me in the off season. Obviously, Brandon Payne and his crew, and then with the staff here. and Carl Bergstrom, who's been a huge part of what my program is. I just stick with it. And they tell me what to do, and we get it done.
Great. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate that. No shoot around tomorrow, obviously, on a back-to-back. Detroit, the council, going back to it. Oh, if you need,
That's it, right?
kind of